Good morning, everybody. My name is Colleen Light, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I come to you from Kalama, Washington. So I'm so excited to be back to my normal Wednesday schedule. It has been a wild summer. I've had the best time, but I'm happy to be back spending some time crafting. So the big news in Stampin' Up! Today is the mini catalog, otherwise known as the holiday catalog, just went live today. So very exciting. I'll have all the links posted on my website, which is Cards by Coco. Very happy you can join me today. I'm actually not using a stamp set from this catalog today. We're going to do some paper piecing today. Paper piecing is so much fun. Let me go ahead and turn you around. We'll go ahead and get started this morning. Let me just do the quick camera flip. Oh, sorry about that. I don't know. It doesn't seem like no matter how long I do this, that camera flip is always a little rough. So good morning, Tammy. So very happy you can join me today. The one thing I really love about the paper piecing technique is if you are an avid crafter, it's a great way to step up cards. You can make these cards as fancy or as simple as you like. I tend to be a simple stamper. And if you're a beginning crafter, this is a fabulous way to start expanding and learning new techniques. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me show you where you can find the stamp set. Like I said, my order is on the way. I ordered a little late, so my order from the new holiday catalog should be here actually later on today. But in the annual catalog on page 96, you will find this In the Moment stamp set. To be honest, this has been sitting on my shelf for a while, and I just haven't done anything with it. And I thought, why not bring it out and have some fun with it? So this is what I came up with so far. And I just love these cards. A little bit of stamping, a little bit of paper piecing. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to swap out the colors a little bit. As I go along, I will give you the dimensions, and I will have everything blogged by the later today. My goodness, I have no command on the English language today. So we're going to swap this from Night of Navy. Let me take out the inside panel here. This is Night of Navy. I'm going to swap it up and do a little bit of Cajun Craze this time. I absolutely love this color and don't use it all that often. So this is your standard card base. It is 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. I'm going to bring my edges together. I'm going to follow that score line, and I'm just going to give that a nice burnish so we have a nice crease there. Now for my second layer here, which is our designer series paper, this is cut at 3 3/4 by 5 inches. This is from the, let me tell you, Fresh as a Daisy 12 by 12 designer series paper. This is cut down to 6 by 6, but look at how gorgeous this paper is. Okay, ready? I'm going to give it a little flip, and over we go. There you are. And this is, I actually love this. I used some of this for the backside for the jeans on this doll's, or I'm calling her a doll, but actually this image is pants. So I think if you have not seen this designer series paper, it is definitely worth a look. The other piece we're using is just a piece of simple basic white, and this is at 3 1/4 by 4 1/2, and you'll see that that sits just so nice like that. I have our inside panel. My envelope is ready to go, and let's go ahead and start some stamping. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to use this one. I really like how that one looks. I know I have an idea for the beach scene one that I cannot wait to work with and show you. My little cattywampus there maybe. So I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and I'm just going to go ahead and stamp just like this. Just tap, tap, tap. And then I like to line my paper up with my grid paper so I get a little bit of a straighter image, and then I'm just going to pop this down, and I hope it works out right because I don't have my head right over it. Looks good. And I'm going to move this one out of my way so you can see already how nice that image is and how nice it'll sit here. So I wanted to bring in some of my blends. Let me show you the difference in colors here. So on this one, I used the light pool party, and on this one, I used some balmy blue. I actually like how the light pool party looks a little bit better. It's a bit of a softer color. So that's what I'm going to use here. I'm also bringing out one of my blender pens, and I'm going to go ahead and soften the edges for our sky in the background. So with the blender pens, it's just, you just give it a little swipe like that. And to clean it, you would do the same thing. You just rip it off on your paper. So I'm going to go ahead and take this here, and I'm going to show you here, just on the edge there. And I'm just going to bring that in, and I'm going to soften those edges and just bring them out a little bit. So there's a bit of coloring to this card, but I just really like how to bring the sky in and how to bring it softer. If you have a color lifter, which I do, I just didn't grab it, you can also use that to soften these edges and to give it a little variance in color. And, you know, for the sake of our video, I'm going to go through this pretty quickly, and I'll probably go back and add a little bit more color after we're done. But just so you don't have to watch me color all of these window panes. So I'm going to bring it in here, and I think I'll just go right there. I really like how the pool party looks. I think it's a bit of a softer color. And I just really think it adds that nice effect there. Oops. Well, I almost ruined that. Do you all ever find yourself doing that? Sometimes when you're crafting, you're like, whoops. Didn't want to do that. Normally what I'll do is at the end of the video or something, I'll get a glue spot or something on it. And then work on cleaning that up a bit. All right, so let's bring our blender pen in again and kind of spread this color out a bit. These blender pens, you'll find them in the annual catalog, and they are a great investment in ed. Oh, I didn't want to do down there. Let's not worry about that. We're going to cover that up anyway. It'll be fine. So let's go ahead and bring in our light crumb cake. Let me see, did I grab the right one? Nope. Didn't think it looked right. Let's bring in the light crumb cake, and we are just going to go and fill this part in here. And just go there. And then I'm going to show you how we're going to do the bottom part. We're going to do a little bit of that ledge. We're going to add some more colors in, and then we're going to get to our paper piecing. I always want to say piecing technique. So I brought the light crumb cake in here, but then I wanted to change it up and bring a gray in at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and grab our light smoky slate. Use whatever gray you have. Let me see here. And I'm just going to go right over that little mistake I made, and you can't even see it now. So if you make a mistake on a card and you put a little color where you don't want it, don't panic. Just go ahead, color over the top of it. See if you can't somehow make it work. Embellishments in ribbon do wonders to hide those little oops that we make. I very rarely will throw away a card. There's usually a way to fix it. And then again, I'm going to bring this in my blender pen and just go over it like that. And then like I said, to clean it, all you do is wipe it off there. Okay, So does anybody have any questions yet about what I am doing with this technique? So for her hair, because I want her hair to dry a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and bring in some Old Olive just for the hair tie here. And you'll know why as we get to the end, because I'm going to add a little sparkle there. Let's do her coffee mug. I love to bring in a little bit of pink. Let's do her coffee mug in this wonderful light bubble bath. I seem to be just loving this light bubble bath color. Okay, now for the fun part. I have all my little parts and pieces here. I have the pillow pieces cut. I have her jeans cut. And I'm going to show you how we are going to cut her shirt here, her little t-shirt. So I just stamped the images on the back, front and back of Designer Series paper. Still using that fresh as a daisy. So you can stamp, I make multiple cards at once, so don't think, oh my gosh, I'm stamping this whole image and then I'm going to end up throwing so much paper away. Mix and match, just mix and match. So this is fussy cutting, but you know when you fussy cut, you leave a little bit of a ridge on the end? We're not going to do that. We're actually going to cut right along that black line. And again, this is stamped in your Memento Tuxedo black ink. And just follow the edges. So I think this is a very fun technique, this paper piecing. It's a fun technique that I don't always want to say very the right way. So have you placed your, if you are a demonstrator, did you place your order early and get your new products from the holiday mini catalog? That is the nice thing about being a demonstrator, is not only the discount, it is the ability to order early. We usually get about a month in advance that we can order. But like I said, I have had a crazy busy, really fun summer. So I have not as been on top of things as I should be. And if you just, and I shouldn't say just, because we all love everyone who supports our small businesses, but if you order and you're a customer, have you looked at that holiday catalog yet today? I want to hear what your favorite sets are, what you like. Okay, so now we've got our pillow pieces here. And these will likely be the pieces that I will misplace. So those are the first ones I'm going to adhere. Let me grab my glue and on a piece of scratch paper, or let me see. Oh, let's use our silicone mat. I'm just going to get it started. There we go. Okay. I'm going to put my dotted glue right here. Just like that. Because I figured I would get a little bit too much and I don't want it eking out. So I'm going to actually lift some of that off. It's such a small space. So if you have a fine tipped glue bottle, it would work great for that. And I'm going to grab my tweezers here and just hold on to that and pop that right in place. I figured all along, as I was practicing and getting things organized, I thought that is the piece I'm going to have to adhere first, because that is the piece I will most likely misplace. I'm going to do the same thing with our pillow here. And the reason I brought in this color is I really, really, really wanted to continue to bring that blue color and tie everything together. And I thought the blue was such a pretty color and really brightened the card up a little bit. So let's pop this piece down here. And this is why it's called paper piecing. So did you ever play with paper dolls? I did, and I love them. So for me, this is just a fun stamp set to play around with and kind of change our clothes up and do a little bit things, you know, here and there. Okay, so let's pop this. Look at that. So you can see even the detail by using the Memento. You can see the detail on her pants there. All right, let's put the top on. And you can put this adhesive right on this little piece here on the fussy cut piece. For me, it's easier for me right now to put it on the cardstock. See, look at, and the reason I'm using well, some people call it the green glue or the multi-purpose liquid glue is because it does give a little bit of wiggle room. See how cute that is turning out? Isn't that just adorable? I love it. Okay, so the reason I want this to dry, but the reason I did her hair tie early is I'm bringing in a little bit of Wink of Stella. So for those of you who've seen me, you know my hair is naturally gray, and I like it gray. So I decided to keep her hair gray, but I wanted to make it sparkle a little bit. So Wink of Stella is a glue. Oh, too much there. Let's get some of that off. Is a glitter pen. So I thought, well, it'd be fun to have a little sparkle in her hair. It's that silvery color. So let's add some of that there. Now I'm going to lift this up for you, so hopefully you can see some of that shimmer and shine in her hair. Okay, now let's go ahead and do our sentiment. I'll show you how we cut that out, and then this card will be done. It's going to sit like this. You can already see it's coming together. Let's get out our Cajun Craze ink. We're going to get a scrap of basic white. I'm going to continue to use sometimes the most productive thing you can do is relax. There's also You're in My Thoughts, and you're always so good to others. Be good to yourself too. So these are lovely sentiments. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a little stamp here. The one thing I love when I think I've stamped this upside down repeatedly. I can't even tell you how many times. But that is okay because we are going to die cut this out. So I've got my mini die cut machine. Oh, and the one thing I didn't grab, hold please, is I need to grab my dies. We're going to use this stylish shaped dies. Thanks for waiting. And let's go ahead and grab the circle out of this. If you haven't seen the stylish shaped dies, they are one of my go-to dies. They work so well for just about everything I do. And let me see which sizes I use. This one looks perfect. Let's grab that. So I'd love to hear what all you're creating and working on. If you give any of these techniques a try, please share your card underneath the video. I love when people do that because it's just so much fun for me to see what everyone else is creating also. Okay, so then let's pop this in there. This is the mini die cutting machine, cut and emboss machine. So the stylish shaped dies fit in the mini. I always tell people though, if you can only have room for one or can afford one, go with the larger one. Not all the dies will fit in the mini. Okay, so here we go. Let's get our card together. It really is just this easy. I'm gonna grab some of our Stampin' Seal. This is the plus. Let's put a little bit there. Okay, line up your edges here. This one really adheres very, very well. So when you put it down, we're gonna definitely not have much time for that wiggle room. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab this layer, put this on. We all have our favorite adhesives, right? Some people love the seal. Some people love that multi-purpose glue. I tend to go back and forth pretty evenly. I really don't have too much of a favorite unless I need some wiggle room because I want my edges even, and then I will generally always go for the multi-purpose glue. Okay, let's pop this up on some dimensionals here. And then we're going to add our bling, and this card is done. So you can see how easily this comes together. And I like to sit and do the fussy cutting. So for me, this card is fun. And I brought this down. So the curve more or less hit the window pane. So I really like that. And now I'm going to use some of these iridescent. I have Cajun Craze bling, but I left it in the closet, and you know, I'm not going to go run and get that for you, but I think this will work perfect here. So let's go ahead and use some of these iridescent rhinestones because we have to have a card with bling, right? Let's go like that and like that. And then, oops, that one is running away from me. And then there we go there. So this card with the paper piecing technique is done. Here's our inside panel. You can cut as I did. Some people like to leave their inside of their panels blank. You can stamp in there. Or you can see for the other card I made, I just put a strip of DSP down, or yeah, of the designer series paper down there. So this is one card here. This is the You're in My Thoughts, and this is the sometimes the most productive thing you can do is relaxed in the Night of Navy. Let me know which one you like best. This is, and I use the In the Moment stamp set today. So thank you so much for joining me. If you're catching me on YouTube, please just leave a comment or like and subscribe. Anyway, thanks so much. Have a great day.